Saturday NFL preseason football, and I've got both nighttime games for Saturday free for you, and they're both national TV games. We're talking about the Eagles-Ravens on ESPN national TV, and also the Cowboys-Seahawks game on NFL Network. Free plays and analysis of both of your Saturday night NFL games coming up free for you right here, right now. Hi, this is SteveMerril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV. And hey, if you're liking these videos, all I ask is a quick thumbs up like and a positive comment below. And hey, if you're on your mobile device, click that hype button as well. It's so much fun. And I will keep these NFL preseason videos coming each and every day this entire preseason. And of course, NFL regular season, college football regular season just a few weeks away as well. So make sure you click subscribe and you click the bell here on WagerTalk TV so you never miss out when a free play video is posted here on the channel. All right, there are two nighttime games for Saturday. I'm going to give them both to you free here because they're both on national TV. So I know you're going to watch and win, make some money, have some fun with them. Let's start with the first game at 7 Eastern on ESPN. Philadelphia at Baltimore. The short trip, what is it, like 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe 2 hours from Philly to Baltimore. A little bit of a quiet rivalry. We don't talk a lot about because the Phillies and Orioles are always in different conferences. Back in the day, you know, the Colts and Eagles maybe, and then the Colts went to the AFC, Eagles stay in the NFC, but it's still a very short road trip for these two teams. That's why they play quite often in the preseason. And of course, we have a new head coach for Baltimore, and that is the big news here is that Harbaugh is no longer there. And by the way, if you're looking at team records for the last decade and how great the Ravens have been, don't overlook it because John Harbaugh is no longer there. And of course, he was not great the last couple years. What was it, like 17 straight wins, and then kind of took his foot off the gas and ended up losing his job because of that. John Harbaugh now in New York. And by the way, they're playing an afternoon game on Saturday. We'll see how he does with his Giants debut against Minnesota, a 1 o'clock Eastern game on Saturday afternoon. Be interested to see if he takes that fire and desire into New York like he had in Baltimore. But we have a new head coach in Jesse Minter, who's never been a head coach in the NFL. He's a former defensive coordinator the last 2 years under Harbaugh's brother at L.A., and of course was at Michigan as well, the Chargers. Before that at Michigan with the other Harbaugh. So it's ironic that he got the Baltimore job here. Probably not ironic, not a coincidence at all. So we'll see if Jesse Minter takes this game seriously or not. But hey, I always saw the desire for new coaches to make a debut at home and look well. But the other problem is they're always implementing new systems, and that gets a little tricky. In fact, if you look at the last 5.5 years now, including 1 and 2 this year, new head coaches in week 1 are just 7 and 18 against the spread. It's actually 8 and 17 against the spread. I got the number off by 1, but still, it's been a losing record, and it's already just 1 and 2 heading into Friday night this year with new head coaches. So it's not an automatic play. In fact, they usually struggle in game 1, and that is why we see Baltimore, I think, as a home dog here. The problem is I'm not in a hurry to back Philadelphia as a 3.5-point road favorite. I'm actually surprised by this line here because Nick Sirianni has not taken the preseason very seriously as well. He's just 5-8 straight up over the last 5 years with the Eagles. But what I do like in this game is the total. I like the under 37.5 for several reasons. I think this total is too high, and I'm going to explain to you why. First of all, Eagles have a new offensive coordinator this season, and they're working in a new offensive system. They bring in Sean Mannion for a new offensive system, and Sirianni says there's been some struggles so far in the preseason, not the preseason, the training camp to get this going. And they're going to deliberately keep things vanilla and simple here because they want to evaluate their bubble players, and also they want to keep a competitive edge. They don't want to show too much here with the new system, especially in week 1 of the preseason. So vanilla game plan always gets me looking under. Jalen Hurts is not going to play. Andy Dalton, 38-year-old veteran's expected to start, but I can't imagine he's going to go too long, which means Tanner McKee, the second-year player, will get a limited, probably the majority of this game. And you say, well, he was the primary backup last year. He knows the system. Well, he doesn't because it's a new system. And early in training camp, the word is that McKee is struggling with the new system as well. And then you've got Cole Payton, 5th-round rookie out of North Dakota State. What could go wrong with the Eagles drafting a North Dakota State quarterback? Carson Wentz. Cole Payton also has no experience with this system or the team. So basically, the quarterback rotation for the Eagles is going to be very limited, very inexperienced. I don't think they should be a 3.5-point road favorite, but I'm also not in a hurry to take Baltimore in a rookie head coach's debut, especially a defensive-minded head coach, because keep in mind, Jesse Minter is a defensive coordinator back in the day. Another reason I like the under in this game, because I think the Baltimore defense will be ahead of the offense as well. And here again, looking at quarterback rotations, This Baltimore quarterback rotation is nothing to write home about. Lamar Jackson, great, but he's not going to play. He'll be sitting. Tyler Huntley, yes, he has experience. He's starting games, and they're going to play him most likely and maybe even play a little bit more in the first half than normal. But they mainly want to see the backup quarterbacks, Joe Fagnago, and Austin Reed, who have basically no experience. So here again, we have no experience with the Ravens quarterbacks for the majority of the game. Also some diciness with the Eagle quarterback rotation. I like the under in this game. Two coaches, by the way. I don't think they're necessarily play-on situations here. And by the way, talking about Nick Sirianni, he has won 4 of his last 6 preseason games, but that's a little misleading because, as I mentioned, he's still just 5-8 straight up. So he started off, 1-6 his NFL first 3 seasons or so. In fact, he only won one of his first 10 or one of his first 9 preseason games, had a couple ties, has taken it a bit more serious in recent years, but look at it. 3 of those 4 wins the last couple seasons, they've scored 19 points or less. In fact, he has scored 19 or less in 9 of his last 10 preseason games. Yet another reason I like the under here, because if they're a 3.5-point favorite and he scores 20 or less, that keeps you under 37 even if they win the game. I think under 37 is worth a look, and 37 is a key number, so 37.5 is even better. So shop around here. I like this Eagle-Ravens game under the total on ESPN at 7 Eastern. All right, your other game is a national TV game at 8 o'clock Eastern on NFL Network between the Cowboys and the Seahawks. And right as I'm doing this video on Friday afternoon, the odds logic screen is lighting up. The total has just dropped from 39.5 down to 38. So there's probably been some news that has just come out as I'm recording this about quarterback rotations or whatnot. I like the over, though, still in this game, and I like Dallas as well. What's interesting is the total dropped from 39 to 38, but the side did not move at all. Seattle's still a 2.5-point road favorite. I like Cowboys and the over here for a few reasons on Saturday night. First of all, Mike Macdonald, can't imagine the Seahawks, defending world champs, Super Bowl champs, are taking the preseason too seriously. They don't really have a lot to prove. And even though it's a home game, it's not like he has to get the team hyped up or the fans happy. They're the defending world champs. Sam Darnold, if he does play, limited opening work, and maybe that's why this total's dropping, because he wasn't expected to play much, if at all. Drew Lock is the veteran backup, and McDaniel did say that he'd like to see Drew play a little bit more. He needs some game work, so maybe he plays more the first half than you would expect. But the majority of this game probably is going to go to the third stringer, Jalen Milroe, the old former Alabama quarterback, finished 6th in the Heisman voting a few years ago. Remember, they played him the entire Week 3 game last year, I believe, against Green Bay, and he actually played all right. His QB rating was in the 80s and 90s for some games last year as the backup in the preseason. But he had 3 lost fumbles. The O-line protection wasn't great for him. So here again, I'm not expecting Milroe necessarily to do a lot. But Seattle does have a tendency to score a lot of points at home in the preseason, so that's why, even if I like the Cowboys, I think this game can get up and over still. In fact, if you look at McDonald's preseason breakdown here, he's 3-2 straight up with the push, with the tie last year against the Raiders. But his home road split's been pretty extreme, and that's what jumps out to you here. And that's another reason, even though I'm leaning Cowboys, I would hedge with the over a little bit, because McDonald's teams have been a lot better at home. In fact, he's 2-0-1 at home, just 1-2 on the road. But what jumps out to you is the over-under split. McDonald's been the head coach. This is his 3rd season. Last 2 years, the Seahawks are 3-0 over at home, 0-3 to the under on the road, and it's been basically the offensive difference. Seahawks have scored 37, 23, and 33 at home. They've scored just 16, 15, and 7 in the 3 road games. So that's another reason I like the over here. Don't agree with that line move lower. It's probably based on personnel, maybe some guys not playing as long as expected, but hey, a lot of that is just a junk anyway, because most starters don't play more than a series, if at all, in Week 1. Week 1's all about the backup situation, and we kind of know who's going to be the backup for both of these teams. And I just mentioned that earlier, with Baltimore, even if Huntley goes a little bit more extended than normal, Lamar Jackson's not playing, so we know it's going to be Fagnago and Austin Reed, 2 youngsters for that Philly-Baltimore game. So here again, the Seattle situation, Darnold, if he plays at all, it'll be limited. Drew Lock might get extended work, but it's going to basically be Jalen Milroe. They're only carrying 3 quarterbacks, so he's going to basically be in there the majority of the game. Another reason why I like the Cowboys, because Dallas, Dak Prescott not expected to play. But here's the key to this game, and the reason I like the over and the Cowboys, because there's a true battle for the number 2 spot for Dallas. This is one of the most underrated handicapping factors in the NFL preseason, is when there's a battle for the backup quarterback spot. And here's why. First of all, the teams normally throw the ball more because they want to give both guys equal opportunity. They often leave the starting offensive line or key receivers in a little bit longer because they want to give both guys a chance to shine. Now, it looks like Sam Howell is going to be the second quarterback in, or actually the starter in this game because Prescott's not expected to play. But Joe Milton III also is going to see extended work, and they've been going back and forth with the second team unit in the preseason mini camps here. So I expect them to take a deep look at both Milton and Howell throughout the preseason, and that's another reason why I like the Cowboys here because I think they'll have a little bit more urgency, a little bit more true game planning, and also that helps the over here. And as I mentioned, Seattle has been better at home in the preseason games, but that's mainly because their offense has been better. I like the over 38 in this game and also like the Cowboys plus 2.5. Yes, maybe you try to get that plus 3, which is a key number because it's mostly 2.5s, minus 0.5 even money. There's a few threes showing. But keep in mind, in the preseason, 3 is not as key of a margin of victory as it is in the regular season because here again, teams don't take it serious, so they go for 2 more often. They're not playing to necessarily win or force overtime. In fact, I think there's been 7 ties the last 5 years. I just mentioned about Seattle having one. I also mentioned the Eagles having a couple. Eagles and Seahawks, who we're talking about in this video, have had half the ties the last 5 years in the NFL preseason. That's not something you see in the regular season. You don't see like a 3% tie rate. And by the way, there's been almost as many 1-point margins as 3-point margins the last 5 years. So yes, 3 is a key number, but 2 is a key number also. 1 is a key number. So plus 2.5, plus 3. I definitely like the Cowboys here as a live dog, and I would lean over 38 for that same reason, as I think that quarterback rotation is going to be airing the ball out on Saturday night. That's your NFL Network game, 8 o'clock Eastern. Hey, there you go. Deep dive look at some of the two national TV games Saturday night for you free here, and also some insight on how to handicap the NFL preseason. Don't let anybody tell you can't handicap the preseason. They say that they're not a true professional sports bettor. I've been doing this for 30 years, truly 30 years, because I started in August of 96. This upcoming week will be my 30th anniversary, which means this is my 31st football season as a full-time professional bettor and handicapper, and it's always been the same. If I'm using a play, a personal best bet, every client gets it, and they're available every day, including my Saturday best bets right now at WagerTalk.com. We've got, obviously, the NFL preseason and Major League Baseball going right now, college football a couple weeks away, college and pro basketball just a few months away. This is a great time to be an All Sports All Access member. And there's different ways to get my best bets. You can buy the single plays, or how about a 3-day buy 3 get 3 free, a 6-day sampler for just $69, dude. Normally it's 3 days for $69. Nope, you're getting 6 days for $69 with the buy 3 get 3 free. Or if you want a longer term package, the rest of 2026, the rest of this year for just $7.99. That's a 47% instant discount on the rest of this year. That's what, 4.5 months to go still? Or the best deal, a 1-year, 365-day all access. And here's why it's such a great deal. First of all, instant $811 discount, which gets the daily price down to just over $3 a day. That works out about $1 a play. Wow. Get every one of my best bets for the rest of this baseball season. And by the way, at this exact point a couple years ago when we had that monster finish to baseball, it started on August 14th. We went 38-15 from August 14th through the World Series, picking up 80 units of profit. That was just a couple years ago at this exact point. So yeah, this is a great time to be playing baseball, hitting over 60% for August already out of the gate. But you're also going to get the complete college football season, the complete NFL season, the complete NBA season, the complete college basketball season, regular season through the championships in all 4 of those sports. The rest of this year's baseball, this is the greatest time to be on baseball, plus the whole first 4.5 months next year. This is the time, if you've ever been thinking about taking a true investment approach, to start doing it, because you're getting an instant $811 discount. But here's the other reason. For the first time ever, you're getting an extreme bonus offer, Market Call Live. And here's how it works. Every Thursday this season, this football week, every Thursday this week during the football season, I'm still getting used to this new offer because it's so fantastic. I'm so excited. You're going to have Market Call Live. That is an interactive, direct call with me, SteveMerril, for my personal clients only. We're going to break down the Thursday night prime game before it kicks off. You know how incredibly strong those prime picks were the last couple of years, over 70%. But also an advanced look at all the college and pro football games for that weekend, including an advanced look at my public data before I release it the next day in the video. I know many of you are in contest. You want to have that data ahead of time before you put your picks in. Well, you're going to get it in advance, and it's the only way to get it in advance. You're also going to get contest strategy for any Survivor or Pick 5 contest you're in for the NFL or college football. We can go back and forth, brainstorm on that. Plus, you'll have access to my 10,000 game simulation database in advance before I do that top 25 video. You can ask me about any additional game for my power ratings and any other question and answers you might have. It is truly interactive, private, direct call every Thursday night this season, and it's available as an added bonus right now for free, only if you get this 1 year all sport all access. Hey, look, you're already saving $811. You're already getting it down to $3 a day, $1 a play. But then you're getting Market Call Live access for the entire year as well. Wow, that bonus itself is worth the price of admission, in my opinion, and it just makes it even more valuable. Don't wait. Get on board right now. Full details are on my page, and there's no promo code needed. The instant discount, the market bonus, the Market Call Live bonus is applied. Wow, what a great opportunity to start taking a true investment approach and get this entire college and pro football season, the entire college and pro basketball seasons, the rest of this year's baseball, and some of next year's, basically more than half next year. This is the time to do it. Check it out now. SteveMerril, WagerTalk.com, and get to my page quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/sm. Don't forget to also post a bonus free play on my page every day. It's truly the last cut from my best bet card. That game that was just on the outside, just a bit outside from being a best bet, goes up as a free play with analysis. So go check out Saturday's free play as well when you check out those special best bet offers and packages. SteveMerril, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker. Shortcut wt.buzz/sm. If you're liking these videos, all I ask, as I said earlier, is a true quick thumbs up like. And if you're on your mobile device, click the hype button as well, and I will keep them coming this entire football season. And comment below, who do you like on the NFL preseason card? What baseball games are you looking at? What else you like this weekend? Sides, total, player props. Drop them in the comments below. Hey, include some analysis if you have time. So we, of course, can learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. And don't forget, click subscribe. That's the secret. Over 255,000 subscribers, can't be wrong here. Make sure you're one of them on Wager Talk TV. Click subscribe for free. And when you do so, click the bell as well for an instant notification so you will be notified when any of these free preseason play videos go up for you. My daily free baseball videos go up. And most importantly, this football season, when Fade the Public, my college football top 25, my NFL Fade the Public, when those are released every week, you got to make sure you click the bell for instant alerts. And don't forget also, I did Last Call. I'm doing Last Call, depending on when you're watching this. Last Call is live at 11 a.m. Eastern Saturday. We'll be on this weekend with Kelly Stewart and company. You can watch it live at 11 a.m. Eastern. Or if you're watching this video afterwards, hey, it's archived right here on Wager Talk TV under the Live tab. This is under videos, and then the live shows are archived under live, so make sure you check out my Last Call appearance for this Saturday. And you can also keep up to date when I'm releasing videos, free plays, everything else, special offers, because I post them on social media. So follow me on X and Instagram at SteveMerril. 2 R's, 1 L. M-E-R-R-I-L. You know the deal. 2 R's, 1 L at SteveMerril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV, because you also know there's more free play videos coming up next.